Welcome to Gab Sessions with Stephanie Marie, aka Gabbie. This is a space where we talk business, growth, and the messy middle of entrepreneurship, with a little real life mixed in. Every week, I'll bring you clarity, confidence, and momentum to help you create your version of success. Grab your coffee and let's dive in. It's day 44 of the 90-day CEO sprint, and let's be honest, this is the part where it either clicks or it collapses. We've been talking about clarity, consistency, and momentum for 6 weeks now, probably more times than either of us can count. And if you're feeling like, okay, Gabbie, I've heard this before, same. I get that feeling that maybe things are getting repetitive, that the energy's dipping a bit, and we're circling the same lessons over and over and over, waiting for something to finally click. So today we're doing things a little bit differently. This is your Unplugged edition. No slides, no frameworks, no polish, no script for me. Just you, me, and the truth about why things haven't clicked yet. Why we keep chasing shiny new distractions, and how to finally make this momentum stick for real. Let's start with the truth. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's that you're not doing what you already know long enough for it to work. Most entrepreneurs right now are fighting a battle with SOS, shiny object syndrome. You start strong, you get inspired, you map the plan, and it feels amazing for a few days. But as soon as it gets quiet or slow or boring, you pivot. You convince yourself it's intuition, but really, it's avoidance dressed up as productivity. You trade momentum for dopamine, you trade traction for novelty, and the reason it hasn't clicked yet isn't because you need more information. It's because you haven't given your information enough time or consistency to compound. The click doesn't come when it's fun. It comes when you stay long enough to see it through. Let's just say it out loud. You already know the things that move your business forward. You know you should be showing up every day, even when it's quiet. You know you should be making offers, not just posting. You know you should be connecting, not just collecting followers. You know you should be tracking your progress, not your feelings. You already know all of this, but shiny object syndrome whispers, maybe there's a better way. Maybe if I tweak this system or change that template or start a new funnel like that guru over there, and just like that, you're back at zero. That's why you feel stuck, not because you're lazy, but because you keep restarting instead of reinforcing. Let's unpack it. Fear of being seen. I'm guilty of this one. You say you want visibility, but when eyes are actually on you, it's uncomfortable. Perfectionism. Yep, I'm guilty on this one as well. You'd rather plan for 3 weeks than post one imperfect video. Distraction disguised as growth. You call it research or strategy, but it's really resistance. Validation loops. You're waiting for permission to move, when the truth is clarity only shows up after consistent action. Listen, I've done every one of these multiple times. Even now, halfway through the sprint, I catch myself reaching for new instead of next. But boring builds momentum. Repetition creates recognition. And consistency, real, quiet, steady consistency, is what actually compounds. So here, this is how we will fix it. Not with more motivation, but with rhythm. For the rest of this sprint, I want you to follow this, the 3-3-3 rule. 3 actions daily. Create something, connect with someone, and make one clear offer. 3 hours weekly. Refine your systems, repurpose what's already working, review your numbers, not your emotions or vanity metrics. 3 questions monthly. What's working? What's draining? What's next? That's it. That's how we finish strong. You want to know when it finally clicks? It clicks when you stay in motion long enough for your results to catch up. When you stop chasing shiny and start choosing steady. You'll know it's clicking when you feel bored and keep going anyway. You show up on the days when engagement is low. You sell even when it feels slow. You keep your word even when no one's watching. Because momentum doesn't come from movement, it comes from direction. Maybe the real question isn't when will it click, but when will you let it? You don't need another breakthrough. You need follow through. You already have the clarity. You already have the plan. Now it's time to build momentum and let it stick. If this episode hit home, send me a message with the word click. Send it to me on one of my socials and let me know that you heard this. Tell me where your shiny object syndrome shows up the most, and I'll send you a few prompts to help you rebuild your rhythm. And if you're ready for accountability that doesn't fade after week 6, come join me inside Business Growth Society. It's where we turn clarity into consistency and consistency into growth that actually feels aligned. I'm Stephanie Marie, aka Gabbie, and this was your Unplugged edition of Gab Sessions. Here's to less shiny and more steady, and building your version of success one clear, consistent day at a time. Thanks for listening to Gab Sessions with Stephanie Marie. If today's episode gave you clarity, confidence, or momentum, hit subscribe and share it with a friend who needs it too. Want to go deeper? You can join me inside Business Growth Society or email me at stephaniemarie@gabbieandcompany to see how we can work together. Remember, stop overthinking, start building, and create your version of success. I'll see you next time.